to perceive what I'm going to tell them. Yeah, that they're old enough to understand what I'm going to tell them, and then they can make their own decision. And that is if they want to carry on seeing him. If they don't want to see him, that's entirely up to them. I wouldn't let them know my views or give them any of my opinions, because I don't want to. I'm going to hate the person, but I don't want my feelings and my views to sway their decision, because I don't know. I'm just trying to think of how they would feel, and it's probably going to be a few things like. At that point, if you don't know that your dad or someone in your family's done something that was so bad, and you was conceived through a traumatic and a vile kind of situation like that, you're just gonna grow to love this man. This man is your dad. You know what I mean? So this is gonna be your hero or someone that you look up to and that you love. So when you hear the information, it's gonna be a lot for you to process as a child or at whatever age. It's gonna be a lot for you to process. But at the same time, people can change, and so the child might think, well, you know what, this happened 10 or 20 years ago. Also, if it didn't happen, they wouldn't be here. They wouldn't have been conceived. Then they might look at their dad like their dad's a monster. And so there's a lot of like kind of pros, and there's a lot of things to take on board. So I don't know how it would go. Everyone's different, and so everyone would have different points of view. But you can't actually stop it. The courts, they've got parental rights as well, so you can't actually stop it. Do you know what I mean? So, but you don't have to be involved. But I just thought, it just makes me think that like there's a lot of in certain situations, like justice will be served, and somebody will like get justice for a certain situation or something that's happened. But then the law's also got a kind of crazy way of protecting like perpetrators and people who have done wrong. Like, for example, I'm not saying that they shouldn't be able to see their child, but it just makes it a little bit more technical because of the situation. But that doesn't mean that they shouldn't be able to be a dad. But at the same time, you didn't do that with intentions to have a baby. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like the baby was made out of love. So it's a little bit of a mad one. But yeah, it gave me taught me some more information on situations like that. So I kind of, educated myself a little bit more. So I'm just going to play some more music, and then I'm going to come back to you lovely people again.
Get a road, sink on board, pocket empty, guns them load. Them street, yeah, tough like stone. Make me tell you about the place where me grow. Every day, a damn full day, cause the system a trick we from we was slave. Me nah work, me nah get clear, so nobody no fit tell me say fi behave. Police lock me up without bail, and I tell me say Monday ID parade. And bag a killing every day. When war start, poor people alone dead. Get a road, sink on board, pocket empty, guns them load. Them street, yeah, tough like stone. Let me tell you about the place where me grow. Get a road, sink on board, pocket empty, guns them load. Them street, yeah, tough like stone. Let me tell you about the place where me grow. You run and give me bail now. Me want a bail off to get me out of jail now. 70,000 me have to give me lawyer. When the youth them a go get it, when live in a Spain town. Me want some money, courts have a sale out. Me nah buy nothing fi put in a no jail house. That mean for the area me want stay out. But if we go in, no don't know I go. Me call it, get a road, sink on board, pocket empty, guns them load. Them street, yeah, tough like stone. Let me tell you about the place where me grow. Get a road, sink on board, pocket empty, guns them load. Them street, yeah, tough like stone. Let me tell you about the place where me grow.
Send a message to the studio via WhatsApp to +44 754
He had like vile intentions. His intention was to do things with these young children and violate them kind of thing. But he didn't get to go ahead with his plan because of this young lady who cleverly didn't drink all of the smoothie. Because like, why make a smoothie for the children and then we like drink it all? Is it like they're 5 a day? Like, has it got all the greens in there? Do you get me? It's a bit mad, but yeah. So she didn't drink it because she thought anything was in it. She just didn't drink it because she didn't finish all of it, and luckily so, because that's what made her be awake and allowed this situation not to go left like how it could have gone. So yeah, basically, so that brings me back and reminds me of when like my son was young and he would ask me to stay at people's houses, and I'd feel bad because like you might go and see friends and then you're leaving, and then there might be another friend there with their children, and then it's like they're asking their parents, can they stay? And their mums have said yeah, and then my son's asking me and I'm saying no. So I look at the bad guy, and I didn't think of excuse me, I didn't think of those kind of things, but I just was a wary parent, and I thought of other things. I just thought, oh, you know, I don't know, what if this, what if that? He's just safer with me, kind of thing. So I just felt like if he stayed at home with me, then I don't have to worry about anything happening to him. Do you know what I mean? When he's not in my sight after hours at night, because he's at home with me. I was more than happy to have kids over at my house. They could stay, but I wasn't happy for my son to stay with, not for any specific reason, to stay by family members' house or friends. To be honest, there was like one family member that he would stay with, but you can just never be too sure. And I think nobody's out of bounds, kind of thing. You can't put your hand in fire and say, oh, you know, this one wouldn't do that because, or that one wouldn't do that because we hear loads of stories, and it's grandparents, it's aunties, it's uncles, it's cousins, it's close family friends. You know what I mean? People that you wouldn't have thought because you've known them for a long time, you've known them for a long time. They're not like that. All the rest of it. So that was just an eye opener. That like a big grown man like that. Do you know what I mean? Went through the lengths to get these young girls to his house with intentions to do mad things. And also, what was his wife thinking? The same way the girls were thinking, oh, you know, this dad, like, why is he here, kind of thing, like they're feeling uncomfortable. Didn't the wife think it was a bit mad that he's just hovering and hanging out with these 12-year-olds, like they're 12? I know your daughter's there, but like, you're not the same age as them. Do you know what I mean? They might want to talk about certain things that they don't want you to hear about. Like, why are you there as a grown man? But yeah, so it was just an eye opener that just like to stay vigilant, you know what I mean? Be wary, observe people, and mostly, if your intuition is telling you something or you get a vibe for whatever reason, you know, sometimes you get a vibe, you can't put your finger on it, but for some reason you feel a certain type of way for whatever reason, like follow through with it, innit? Like think it through, do you know what I mean? Don't just like brush it under the carpet or just keep it in the back of your mind and just, you know what I mean? Just watch for things like, but yeah.
Send a message to the studio via WhatsApp to +44 7548 806927.
Ask politely, nice and easy, one go by. If a girl a try to tell you no, them got the but I me got the Porsche them, my taxi. Now over like Samsung Galaxy. Ask how my do it, taxi here in a axi. Me have the fat, my tight fat. Me fat, me have underneath. Fat, tight fat. Me fat, me have underneath. Fat, my tight fat. My fat, me have underneath. Fat, my tight fat. Me fat, me have underneath.
Big up yourself, Mama Jones.
The road records. I'm like pickle tough, send it up. Tight bend it up, your girl a call, hang it up. Good, boss and if every shot is a plus. Wine up in a me, I move in a me. I'll do it, can't mine up underneath. Who's a girl that I promise? Put you or your girl in a malice. Show me have the
Choice FMUK.co.uk.
when me why me not chat about it.